Blah, blah, blah. From Angel Reese.
Entitled players in the WNBA just can't seem to understand is you get what you put in, and right now you are getting exactly what you deserve.
Caught up in her ongoing narrative, Angel Reese has taken a jab at Caitlin Clark, asserting that some players are prioritizing paychecks over the game. Her remarks have sparked controversy, as she links her stance to issues of racism, drawing attention and mixed reactions.
It's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because I'm so focused and so competitive, and I love the game. I love playing. I love being in front of the fans. But over the course of probably the last 2.5 years, it's all kind of changed where, it's hard to get a ticket whether we're at home or whether we're on the road.
Angel Reese's behavior has taken yet another dramatic twist, with implications aimed at Caitlin Clark. Notably, Clark has never publicly criticized Reese or any other black athlete. Despite this, Reese has been making remarks that seem to question who truly deserves recognition or respect. In contrast, Clark remains focused on her next major step, embarking on a journey to Europe.
Caitlin Clark is already one of the greatest women's basketball players of all time, purely for the fact of what she has done on the court and also the kind of eyeballs that she has brought to a sport that really never had this kind of fame behind it, this kind of fandom.
Many players in the WNBA appear to overlook a simple truth. You reap what you sow, and right now, they're receiving exactly what their actions warrant. For Caitlin Clark, a once-in-a-generation talent destined for greatness, the league may have initially seemed like a dream. However, instead of just focusing on basketball, she found herself tangled in controversy and constant judgment. Her decision to leave isn't merely about seeking a paycheck or exploring new opportunities. It's about distancing herself from the drama to refocus on the game she loves.
And I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sports.
I'm so focused and so competitive, and I love the game. I love playing. I love being in front of the fans. But over the course of probably the last 2.5 years, it's all kind of changed where, it's hard to get a ticket whether we're at home or whether we're on the road.
Feels the need to acknowledge her white privilege. Basically, she's sorry she's white. She feels really bad about it, though, so you should give her a pass.
A notable sports figure recently expressed their support for Caitlin Clark following her recognition as the 2024 Athlete of the Year. While the accolade was well-earned, Clark quickly became the subject of intense media scrutiny after her candid remarks on privilege and race. These comments ignited controversy, underscoring how such critical conversations continue to challenge and unsettle certain audiences.
And like I said, it's only been around 25 plus years, so I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them I think is very important.
Stemming from Caitlin Clark's Time magazine interview, I could have never guessed that interview would stir up so much controversy.
The players of the WNBA can't fucking stand her. Why? Because she's white. It's abject, absolute racism.
To make, right? Maybe in any other year, you give this to Simone Biles, because I think her comeback in the Olympics was amazing. I mean, people pretty much did the postscript on her career. And after what happened to her in Tokyo, it's incredible. However, I mean, we've never, ever seen somebody in this way capture an audience, capture a new audience, and be able to absolutely attribute.
The backlash was immediate after Caitlin Clark's Time magazine interview went live, with critics dissecting her every word. Yet, Clark stood unwavering in the face of the storm. In a surprising twist, some of the greatest icons in sports, LeBron James, Serena Williams, and Michael Jordan, voiced their support. It was as if a dream team had come together, ready to silence the noise and stand firmly by her side.
Has taken to doing two things, all right? Number one, being a massive hypocrite because, well, she didn't want to be over-sexualized, but she's posting some brand new underwear pics, some brand new draws pics.
From her over-the-top sympathy-seeking moments to her blatant jealousy toward Caitlin Clark, it's like Angel Reese has mastered the art of making things worse instead of better. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, she showed up flaunting a bikini online, setting the internet on fire, but not in the way influencers dream of.
I do think that some of this drama, and she started some of it, to be fair, got to her.
I'm literally lost for words knowing what this woman meant to me in such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person, which is interesting since she's been
paying them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
Caitlin Clark found herself at the center of a media storm, not for her record-breaking performances or legendary three-point shots, but for the offense of displaying fierce competitiveness. In a landscape where passion and drive are often celebrated in male athletes, Clark was met with swift and unwarranted criticism, unfairly cast as a villain for playing the game with heart and intensity.
Like, I'm a beautiful woman. I've been posting pictures in my bikini. I got a nice body and I work hard for it. And if I want to post a picture in my bikini, I should be able to without being sexualized.
As the criticism reached its peak, Caitlin Clark did what she does best. She took charge of the narrative and quieted the noise.
She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese. So she's sort of embraced a Draymond Green role here.
And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like.
Caitlin Clark took a bold step by openly acknowledging her white privilege, not as a plea for sympathy, but as an honest recognition of the advantages she's had alongside her hard work. She didn't shy away from the truth, admitting that her success is a blend of relentless dedication and the opportunities afforded by her background. And if anyone thought that would be the end of the conversation, they were mistaken. Clark was just getting started.
I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take.
Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2.6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million viewers.
I'm Magazine Athlete of the Year. I think it's really great for the league.
A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then you continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women.
Caitlin Clark used her platform to shine a light on others, acknowledging the pivotal role black athletes like Maya Moore have played in shaping the WNBA. She emphasized how their contributions have been instrumental to the league's growth and continued success.
But sure, when you hear that, thoughts on Caitlin Clark saying she wants to use her platform to elevate black women in the WNBA have been instrumental, obviously, in building that league.
Unapologetically Angel, because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22. And the reality is the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable. It's egregious. It's disgusting.
And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 million.
Is that, as far from a marketing perspective, Caitlin Clark is worth more than almost any pro basketball player in the world.
The world didn't quite know how to respond to Caitlin Clark. To some, her words were a breath of fresh air, an athlete unafraid to tackle difficult conversations head on. But for others, her candor proved too much, sparking a wave of backlash.